Hi, it's Pete Cohen here, and welcome to another My 365 podcast. Today's podcast is brought to you by my free training set videos that you can get your hands on absolutely free. Just head over to mi365.me/free-training. That's mi365.me/free-training and get involved in some real free content that can really help you to start creating the life that you want today. Take care and enjoy the show. My 365 podcasts with me, Pete Cohen. Welcome one, and welcome all. This has been a real interesting week for me. I don't know about you, but I'm on a massive journey of discovering of how I can better myself and how I can better human beings, help human beings to really be the very best that they can be. So what I'd love to do today is to do a summary of what we've done this week, because I do believe that you could take any week of what we do, any week at all, and if you applied that information, you could change your life beyond anything, really, because human beings just have so much potential, so much more potential than I think we realize. I think you know it, and I know it, and I think that is where regret and doubt and depression often sits, because we often know that we're not living up to our truest potential. So what we do when we know that we're not doing it, we excuse ourselves at every single turn. And if you think about how many excuses that you've made in your life, and I'm talking about excusing things that you know that your life would be better because you did it. How many times? Now, it is really easy when I talk about this for you to give yourself a hard time about the whole thing. It's so easy to do that. And as we know, with My 365, what is easy to do is also easy not to do. So just before we get stuck in, tonight, midnight, we close the doors to the weight loss, the My 365 weight loss challenge. It's incredible. I mean, everything we do, we're always looking to make it better. The last weight loss program I did was in 2007. And it was a great program. You know, actually the first weight loss program I did was in 1993. And I've always looked to get better, and we've got better results. And this program is by far the best. It's £97. That's all you pay. After this, when we open the doors again, it will be double that price. And you'll have access to some of the greatest material I have ever put together. Plus, there's a money-back guarantee. What have you got to lose? How many people do you know that want to lose weight, whether it's a few pounds or a whole load of weight? Tell them about it, because tonight the doors close. And congratulations to all of you that have got stuck in. But that's definitely one of the biggest areas that many people make excuses about. They excuse themselves, and I think often people excuse themselves not because the £97, which is, you know, a sum of money, but they know if they pay that money, they're then going to have to take action. But it's easy to buy a program, it's easy to buy a book, it's easy to do this, it's easy to watch this, but it's what you do with this. And I want you to mark today, whatever day you're listening to this or watching this. Today is the 15th of September 2017. Write that date down as a date where it's your Independence Day, another Independence Day for you, where you declare your independence to be the very, very best that you can be, and excuses no more. So we've spoken about this week. The difference between excuse me and excuses me. Excuse me is I'm coming through. Why am I coming through? Because there's something I want to do. There's something I want to achieve. There's some legacy I want to live. There's something I want to do for other people. So let's just do a summary. Look, here's my summary here. Obviously, those of you on the podcast, you can't see this, but look, this is my summary of the week. And I really enjoy doing this. And I'm going to start off with something I said yesterday. So one of my mentors, who's no longer alive, and I never met him, Zig Ziglar, he said, the elevator to success is closed. It doesn't work. There's no elevator that you can go in and just everything just happens for you. But the staircase to success, that's always open. So yesterday I was in London, it was packed. Loads of people get on the escalator and automatically they stop. Whereas for me, it's an OTM. It's an opportunity to move. Now, I can excuse myself. And why it's so important for us to recognize this now, probably more than ever, in the history of mankind, is that we are not designed to live in this world. So the fact that 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago, people had to work, people had to survive, people had to do things. You don't have to do anything. You could turn this off right now. You could turn on the television. You could watch the news. You could watch Jeremy Kyle. You could not feed yourself anything that is moving you in the direction that you want to go. You can numb yourself out. If you numb yourself out, you're excusing the fact that there is a part of you that does want to be the very, very best that you can be. But in order to be the very best that you can be, you're going to have to stop making excuses. So there is this old adage, you might have heard it, old habits die hard. Well, who said that? Who said old habits die hard? And do they die hard? This is something else I wrote down this morning. Bad habits are easy to form and hard to live with. Bad habits are easy to form, but hard to live with. When I say hard to live with, you often have habits and you think, I wish I didn't do this. Whereas good habits are hard to form, but easy to live with. So I have the habit of getting up at 4 o'clock every morning. It is pretty easy to do, to be honest. I've got a whole series of habits that were challenging to do at the beginning, but they're easy to live with. I can live with myself. And this is what I want all of you to start really challenging yourself. And congratulations, all of you that are watching this, because again, if you look at the numbers that start on a Monday, people start with good intentions, and then the numbers just drop off. But not you, you're here. Because, excuse me, you're coming through. You are coming through, right? Because there's things that you want to do. So you don't make excuses. You can look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? It's down to me. And that's a massive thing about excuses no more, is stop blaming people, blaming and damning. And we often do that to ourselves as well. I'm not just talking about it's his fault, it's that. We often say, well, it's my fault. And this is what a lot of people say. This is some of the excuses. It's going to be difficult. It will take a long time. I don't feel like it. I don't have time. I'm too busy. These are excuses rather than knowing that your potential exists on you moving through your excuses. So what else did we look at this week? Well, we looked at the two wolves. You know, the two wolves, the two lawyers, the two bouncers inside your head. What are you letting in? The two wolves, what are you feeding? Are you feeding your limitations? I'm not good enough, I can't do this. Or are you feeding your optimism? It's so easy to do what you've always done, and we all know it takes work. Now, I know that if I just stop broadcasting, I don't know how many of you, I think so many of you still rely on me, which is fair enough. And you say, I'm doing what my coach is telling me to do. Why are you doing what I'm telling you to do? Why don't you do what you are telling yourself to do? You know, and this is the thing. You're just excusing yourself. You know you're not living up to your highest potential, and you never will. You never will. You'll never get there. All right? My highest potential. It's like people who say, I'm living a balanced life. That's nonsense. You'll never live a balanced life. You'll live a balancing life. You see, you know, and I know, that there's more to you than meets the eye. Now, we can be hard on ourselves, or we can look at ourselves in the mirror and smile and go, you know what? The best is yet to come. And I dare you today, make today another day in your diary where you write this down. Oh, Pete, you're asking me to commit to something. Yes. Every day you should commit, recommit, every single day. This is your life matters, and you know it. So what happens is, we make so many excuses when we don't have goals. So we are what are called teleological beings, a Greek word telos, which means we need to have something to work towards. If we don't, we run around aimlessly, not really going anywhere, or we set up destructive goals. So I dare you, and I keep saying dare you, I challenge you, I care for you to care for yourself and wake up and decide, no more excuses. More decisions, more commitment. And we all know this. Happy people, successful people have projects. You know that, right? That's what they do. It's time for you. Your project could be to be the best that you can be. Your project might be to be slimmer, fitter, healthier. So what else did we look at this week? How would you think? Write this down. This is mad. This is so powerful. Think about this. I dare you again. How would your life be if you stopped making excuses? What would your life look like if you kind of realized you were making them and you stopped yourself, or you just didn't make them, who would you become? Your life would be so radically different. So, and then that kind of aligns to, well, what do you actually want to see in your life? So I challenge all of you, I've said it again. We've got to stop making that excuse talk in our head. And as we start to bring this week to an end, I think what would be really powerful for all of you to do is to raise your awareness. Everything you think, everything that you do is based on a choice. Let's start choosing more and excusing less as we direct our lives in the direction that we want to go. Now, I don't know if you like classical music, but I do. I must admit, I do like classical music, and I do like watching the conductors, holding their sticks, and they're holding everything together, and they are conducting, a little bit more here, a little bit less there, up, 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 up. You are the conductor in your own life. You are choosing where this life is going. And let's make today the day where you say, you know what, Pete, it's time for me to stop making excuses and excuse me, because I am coming through. I am coming through. This is my time. I'm not holding myself back anymore. I will continue to be here for you, but I can't do this for you. So I ask all of you, how many of you will do me a favor? How many of you, yes or no, you do me a favor? You will do me a favor. If you're going to do me a favor, this is what I want you to do. What have you learned this week? What's been your biggest learning? What have you achieved? And what are you going to do with this? Now, if you say you're going to do this, then put it out there in the form of a video or write it down. Get uncomfortable. Stop excusing yourself to staying comfortable and get uncomfortable. Once again, I went to the gym this morning at 6 o'clock and, it's cold outside. So it'd be very easy to make the excuse, it's cold outside. I don't feel like it. No, excuse me, I'm coming through. I want to give you the best of me. For me to give you the best of me, if I've exercised before, then you get to experience a better version of Pete Cohen. So I'm looking forward to seeing and learning from you. So just a few other things right now. I'm very excited to be able to tell every single one of you a couple of things as we finish. Now, for many years I was on TV. I never imagined myself, actually I did imagine myself on TV, I lie. But I maybe never really thought deep down it would happen. And we are at the summit next Saturday, and it's going to be an amazing day. We've got so much to share with you. It's going to be an amazing event. But I was on TV for a number of years. But some people have started to take notice of the work that I'm doing here. And basically next Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going to be on Good Morning Britain, which is an ITV television program. Millions of people watch it, working with people who have phobias of spiders. And that's going to happen on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday at Chessington World of Adventure, a big adventure park with a zoo, I'm going to be working with up to 50 people who have a spider phobia. So it's going to be a massive challenge, but I love a challenge, and if you want to help me, well, then just go to work on yourself. Focus on me. Think about me helping other people. The power of thought, the power of prayer is incredibly powerful. I'm not getting religious here, but when we care for each other and support other people, there is not much that we can't do. And that's what makes My 365 so special. I will be broadcasting on Monday. You will see broadcasts on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm sure, but they will not be at 7 a.m. And then we will broadcast as normal on Thursday and Friday. So, have you enjoyed this week? What have you learned? What have you achieved? What are you going to do with it? Stop hiding. Show up. Be that better version of yourself. The best is yet to come. You are more capable than you think. Write the date down, the 15th of September. 2017, the day where you said, you know what, excuse me, no more, excuse me, I'm coming through. I'm coming through. There are things that I want to do. Anything is possible. I believe in you, and it's time for you to believe in yourself. So, finally, what is it that needs to be said? Well, I've already said it. If you are someone who wants to be slimmer, fitter, healthier, and be a part of a great community, check out the My365 Weight Loss Challenge. Why is it a challenge? Because I'm calling upon you to challenge yourself, to be surrounded by like-minded people, change your relationship with food, get slimmer, get fitter, get healthier. Not now, but right now. The doors close at 12 o'clock tonight, so I won't be talking about that next week. I'll be talking about you, even though that program might actually be for you. I want to learn from you. I'm asking you to show up. And on Monday, we will do an elite broadcast at 6:30. We will do a main broadcast at 7. And then I will do a broadcast at 7:30 on Monday for everyone who's on the My365 Weight Loss Challenge. I know that's a lot for some people. If you can't watch it live, it doesn't matter. It's time. It's time, my friends. It's time. Thank you for watching. It's been an amazing week. I appreciate all of you. Go above and beyond. Write that down. I'm going above and beyond in what I'm doing and what I'm thinking, because this is my time. Have an amazing day. What have you learned? What have you achieved? What are you going to do with it? And we'll see you soon. Take care, guys, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this podcast, and if you want more free inspiration to optimize your life so you can achieve your goals in all the different areas of your life, then visit my365.me. That's mi365.me and sign up to 365 days of free coaching with me, Pete Cohen. Thanks for listening and have an awesome day.